This is a WIAT 42 Storm Track Severe Weather Update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Prater in the CBS 42 Weather Center, along with our entire team here watching the weather situation develop and now starting to look at some slippery road conditions across central Alabama. Let's first off go to what is happening across our area. And this is a look at the advisories as well as winter storm warning. Now, the pink area is where we have a winter storm warning. That includes a large chunk right through the heart of our viewing area, all the way over to the Georgia state line. The area you see in pink, or purple I should say, that is where we have a winter weather advisory. Could see up to an inch in some spots north of Birmingham, but this is going to be the area, and there is a lot of uncertainty. But I can tell you this, we have seen a number of things data-wise that show we could be looking at a little bit of freezing rain here soon. Forecast model data. This is fresh, just coming in, and I think this is a very good analogy of what we're going to be dealing with later tonight. Now, this is through 10 o'clock tonight. Look at that swath right across the heart of central Alabama. That is 3 to 6 inch snowfall totals. Give or take a few spots, might get a little bit more, a little bit less, but this is the area that will likely see the best potential, even a little bit of a 6 to 12 inch for northern Clay County. That may be a stretch. Either way, this is the scenario I expect we'll see as we go through the remainder of tonight. Here's a live view of what's happening over in Tuscaloosa. Here's Bryant-Denny Stadium. This is off of the top of DCH Hospital. And some of that right there, that what we're looking at is actually sleet and a little bit of light snow beginning to fall. And the temperature right now, freezing, 32. Stay off the roads if you can. Winds out of the north-northeast at 12. Likely we'll be looking at some slippery conditions. Rachel Lundberg earlier mentioning that we did have a lot of problems in West Alabama as far as traffic conditions with accidents because of icy bridges. Now let's go live out to 42 on deck, and we are actually looking to see what's going on outside right now with Nate and Ashley. And guys, you look bundled up, but it's starting to transition now.
Yeah, we're all bundled up out here. Temperatures pretty close to freezing out here, Mark. And we've used this infrared thermometer all morning and afternoon long to kind of show you where we're at as far as temperatures go. Check that out. We're working around 27, 25. I mean, it's kind of varying between 26 and 27 degrees Fahrenheit out here. And Ashley, we've been using actually that sled over there.
This is actually something that's collected quite a bit of what we call freezing rain. So you can kind of hear it kind of crunching off the side there. You can see the ice falling. This is one of the things we're most concerned with today. We've had rain that has fallen. Once it hits Earth's surface, it freezes. It then gets the name freezing rain. But it's the ice that it really forms that can give us very dangerous travel conditions and really just be a bit of a headache. And with some of this snow forecast to come later tonight, the ice creates that thin layer, and then you accumulate that snow and or sleet or more ice on top of it, which makes things very dangerous as we're moving through the evening hours. So something folks need to be very careful of. And even just out here on the deck, even on someone's front porch, you just really have to be very careful out there.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how these conditions have changed over the last several hours. And what we're dealing with right now and why this is such a kind of a transition stage here is above our heads. It's freezing here on the ground, but above our heads, about 2,000 feet up,
it's warmer.
It's actually warmer. If that kind of boggles your mind a little bit, that's what throws a fly in the ointment as far as forecasting goes, because anything that falls hits that warm layer and then it becomes liquid and then falls as freezing rain.
Right.
If that holds, we might have to deal with more ice, but if that layer of warm air cools down,
and snow all the way to Earth's surface.
We got snow, so that's why this forecast
tricky.
Is so tricky for us. But right now, Mark, it looks like snow a pretty good bet, and if we have to deal with some ice, that's when travel is really going to get tricky.
All right, guys, thanks so much, and that's why we're lucky to have you out there. You understand forecasting and trying to get that across to viewers. It is so challenging, but we're just going to have to watch and see how things develop over the next couple of hours, and that's when things really start to transition. But as I mentioned earlier, a little bit of light snow now beginning to fall with some light freezing rain, that is, over in Tuscaloosa. And another place in East Alabama where we'll likely start to see some winter weather becoming a little more of a problem is near Anniston. That's where we have Matt Fernandez.
We've been in Anniston throughout the day monitoring the weather. There has been rain on and off throughout the day. The roads are a little bit slick right now. Now, I've been in touch with City Manager Kent Davis. He says they are prepared. They do have public work trucks ready if they need to sand it later on. And they've also been in touch with Calhoun County emergencies officials coordinating and monitoring the weather. Right now, that's all we have. As soon as we get more information, we'll keep you posted on air and online. Back to you, Mark.
All right, thanks so much, Matt. And we've got crews all across the area. And Michael Smith, meteorologist here at CBS 42, is in one of our rovers. He is headed towards Sylacauga and down in Talladega County, which, by the way, is one of the sweet spots where we will see the best potential for some of this snowfall. Here's the latest radar. I do want to emphasize that we have that mixture going on. You see a multitude of colors on here: pink, purple, light blue. That's the snow, freezing rain, sleet, and then, of course, the green. That is where we have the rain. And at this juncture, not a whole lot happening here locally. Most of it is pretty light, and some of that's due to the atmosphere having to make the transition. But if you look back into Mississippi, look at that. A lot of moisture, a lot of snow tracking towards the north and east, and this is what we'll be dealing with for the remainder of this evening and tonight. And as long as that plume of moisture keeps funneling its way into Alabama, we will likely be dealing with not only a number of spots with road conditions that are a bit slippery, but also some decent snow accumulations possible. And tomorrow, we'll be lucky if we hit 35 at this rate, but it is going to be sunny and cold tomorrow. So either way, it's going to be winter-like outside. And I did want to show you guys another forecast model that we were looking at earlier. And since we are at this point where we can just kind of pull at least pull the screen back just a bit, looking at one of these forecast models here, look at that. That's a lot of snow that would move in. Now, again, we have to take each one of these and tweak and adjust and certainly look at what could happen and if they're a little bit out to lunch. And sometimes they get a little aggressive, and we just take the data that we have right now and we try to correspond with what's going on across the area. But right now we do have folks who are out and about in safe locations, not necessarily traveling, and that's why we suggest everyone stay put if you can. That would certainly make a big difference, because of the fact what we're dealing with is not only the possibility of slippery roads, but the ice, and you don't want to get stuck out there. We're at that juncture now where you got to make that decision. I think I'll just go ahead and pass on going out and doing something this evening. Take an extra, evening and have a 3-day weekend. Enjoy it, and we'll keep you posted on what does happen across the area. Now let's go to down in Shelby County, where we have James McConaughey, who is monitoring the weather there.
I'm in Columbiana right now, outside the Shelby County EMA office. I've been talking with the EMA director, Hub Harvey. They're going to be fully staffed here throughout this weather event, keeping an eye on things. So far, there haven't been any reports of any major problems, but they say they are expecting things to deteriorate as we get further into the evening. It's about 32 degrees here now, and the roads are wet. But as the temperature drops, the roads and bridges in Shelby County could get slippery, so watch out for that. In Shelby County, I'm James McConaughey. Let's go on over to Mark Prater. Mark?
James, thanks so much. Great job down there in Shelby County. You'll be busy here soon once all of this starts. Here's a quick look at the forecast model, what will be happening in our futurecast. A lot of snow falling, and it will be heavy at times when it does start to fall. It's going to be a very fast event. Look how quickly, by 9 o'clock, it's out of Birmingham, and then moving out of East Alabama as soon as midnight or a little sooner. But after that, we're just downright cold. Wind chills will be down near zero tomorrow. You've got to bundle up, make sure everybody is prepared for very cold air. But look at that. We're talking a lot of snow in a short amount of time. So that would be the fun stuff. We certainly want that, and not freezing rain. So again, we are continuing to watch this very carefully, and we will have updates for you on social media and throughout the rest of this hour. But at the top of the hour, we will also have much more coverage on what's going on. Rachel Lundberg will be bringing us traffic, and of course the entire CBS 42 Storm Track weather team will have updates for you, and likely looking at some pretty decent snowfall and precipitation by that time. So we'll wrap things up right now, and we are going to go back to regular programming. We're going to join Dr. Phil, which is already in progress.